I like when they say the country would be in a better state if we had Biden, but they never actually say why. Like, what changes would they want to see implemented? What things would be materially different? Guys, we got to talk about children's books. If you don't know, there was a book made that was called A Children's Guide to Donald Trump. And I hate to tell you, but another one is coming out called A Children's Guide to Ron DeSantis. So we're going to be covering that here in a moment. But first off, let's get into the fan art section. The first one we have here is from Ruvak. No context is given here, but it is a cat version of me, a slime version of me, riding a literal hype train that is being governed by Timer-kun, of all people. For those who don't know, in lore for the channel, Timer-kun is the one who controls me during the subathon and tells me I can't leave, basically. What's on the side? Screw you, I'm not saying that, and you can't make me. Anyways, and if you want terrible things that Timer-kun has done, then maybe check out Stopheles has done some things. I'm not saying go look. I'm saying they exist, and I'm moving away from that topic now. The next one we have is from Satoki Nijikawa. Did some more drawing practice and made a degen coin. One has the ara ara in English, the other in Japanese. Get me away from the coins. Just get me away from the coin. We're done. We're done with coins. We're done with coins. We're done. Coins aren't important. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below about that fan art. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get into things after I tell the artist that thank you very much for the art you did, even if sometimes it makes me want to find a very, very tall bridge and just stare down at what could be. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Why is this? Okay, there we go. Mike Huckabee sucks up to Ron DeSantis with ludicrous kids book. Oh boy. So, Donald Trump is not much of a reader, but a new children's book published by former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee may grab his attention. The book, The Kid's Guide to Ron DeSantis, has become available only by mail order in recent days, with the first copies not expected to reach customers for several weeks, but an online ad conveys its gist. Help your kids learn about Ron DeSantis and why he may be our next commander-in-chief. Also, Stoff, yeah, at least it's not the coin art you did on Twitter. I saw it, and it made me... I understand your fetishes a little more now, but I wish I understood them a little less. The ad copy poses the question, the next stop, the White House? Back in the lead-up to the 2020 election, Huckabee's firm published The Kid's Guide to President Trump, a glowing account of his alleged greatest achievements. The gushing tribute was followed by The Kid's Guide to Joe Biden, a tepid effort that was obligatory for a company with a stated goal of educating kids. The new Ron DeSantis edition, at least from the glimpses afforded by the ads, appears to be in the vein of the Trump tone. Begins on one page by saying, "Who is Ron DeSantis?" followed by a model student with Yale in the background. There's also a sports star with an image of DeSantis at a bar for the college baseball team. The next description is, he served his country, with a photo of Ron DeSantis in a navy dress whites with a seal trident from when he was attached to the elite unit. There's also a bronze star he received for meritorious service while deployed from October 27th to April 2008. Below that is a bold civilian career, along with an image of him as governor. There's another photo of him and the first family of Florida, his wife, and 3 young kids. Do they have a link to it? 2020 midterms, elected, next stop, the White House. Okay, so we're not really getting into anything that I want there. Below that is a bold civilian career with an image of him as governor. There's also a photo of him and the first family of Florida, his wife, and 3 young kids. Mike is not isn't the only Huckabee feeling warmly toward DeSantis, who has not announced for 2024, but is widely expected to run for president. His daughter, newly elected Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, appointed a top DeSantis culture warrior as Arkansas's new school chief, Jacob Oliva, who championed the Don't Say Gay initiative while opposing all things woke in Florida and will now implement similar policies in Arkansas. I am proud to announce that Jacob Oliva will be my nominee for Secretary of Arkansas Education, Sanders tweeted. He is a leader who has proven himself in the fight to empower parents and implement bold education reforms under Governor Ron DeSantis, and we are ready to transform Arkansas education. Sanders served as Trump's press secretary from 2017 to 2019, but declined to endorse him when asked on Sunday who she is supporting for president in the next election. Said, "My focus right now has been on 2022, she told Fox News. I love the president, I have a great relationship with him, and I know our country would be infinitely better off if he was in office right now instead of Joe Biden, but right now my focus isn't 2024. Huckabee is also playing coy. I like when they say the country would be in a better state if we had Biden, but they never actually say why. Like, what changes would they want to see implemented? What things would be materially different? Like, what is actually different about a Trump presidency to a Biden presidency? We saw with a Trump presidency a rise in white nationalism. We saw a rise in violence against minorities. We saw a rise in far-right idiocy. We saw all those things. We are still seeing those things under Biden, unfortunately, but not for the same reasons and not to the same degrees, thankfully. The MAGA movement itself seems to have lost a lot of its steam, all things considered. Is that our team wins the sports game? For a lot of people, politics is a sports game. For a lot of people, they just want their side to win, irrespective of what that means for people as a whole. I'll tell you right now, if Republicans started advocating for gay rights, trans rights, making sure that individual people had their Social Security guaranteed to them, increasing wages for workers, strengthening the power of unions. Like, if the Republican Party magically started advocating for all those things, then you would find me legitimately calling myself a Republican, because they would be advocating for things I care about at that point. But the reason I'm not a Republican, and the reason I probably will never call myself one or fall down that particular rabbit hole, is because, well, honestly, they don't represent me very well. They don't. The Democrats don't represent me super well either, but they represent me at least better than the Republicans do. And that's an unfortunate reality a lot of lefties have to deal with. But let's continue. A spokesman for her father's publisher, Everbright, told the Daily Beast that the new book is by no means an endorsement of Governor Ron DeSantis from the company or Governor Huckabee or anyone else. He maintains DeSantis was selected because he is just the first of many people who are becoming prominent players on the national stage that Americans are evaluating and wondering about. The argument might be more convincing if the glimpses of the book suggested there is anything in it about DeSantis calling the COVID vaccine a hazard or taking migrants from Texas and flying them to Martha's Vineyard. But that would be a kid's guide to the real Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis literally did a human trafficking with American taxpayer dollars. Like, he actually took migrants in a plane and flew them to a location far away from where they were supposed to be, lied on their documents about where they were supposed to go to talk about their asylum, forcing many people to be deported even when they did everything right and legally as far as the states are concerned, which was literally just the most performative act of cruelty that he could have considered given the circumstances. It was a gross way to treat human beings. It was an entirely dehumanizing experience for the minorities that it happened to. And whenever I think of Ron DeSantis, it's the only thing that I can think of next to the Don't Say Gay bill, which we read on stream several times. Every time somebody tries to say, hey, the Don't Say Gay bill isn't that bad, all we have to do is look at the bill itself and reckon that no, actually. Jasper Proxy says, but DeSantis and a bot, they're not humans, they are tokens. Oh, I know. They are bargaining chips. Human beings, to people like Ron DeSantis and people like Donald Trump, are bargaining chips. You amass them for the purpose of a goal, and then you abandon them the minute that your goal has been reached. That's what you do. Which is, again... But, yeah, that's we have that book to look forward to. Should we actually, like, try to get a copy of it and look at it when it comes through? Is that a thing we should try to do? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Maybe that's a follow-up video we'll end up doing. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that's really all the information we have on it until the book is in somebody's hands. As always, everybody, insert into video tagline here.